Hello, I'm Carla Richards.
And I'm Brittany Lysing.
And I'm Lena Newman. Brittany Lysing.
That was so abrupt.
And
This
is
life pairings.
Life pairing.
Because life is hard.
So pair it with alcohol.
Or silent films. Or the Queen Mom.
Oh, the Queen Mom.
We made it to 100 episodes, everyone.
Woo woo.
Well done, you guys.
No
Thank
way.
you.
All three of us. We
Yeah,
did it.
Lena's been there supporting us emotionally behind the scenes before she
Yeah,
came on,
supporting. Yes.
Yeah.
on every second episode.
so.
So we were like, hey, do you just want to be on this podcast or
Yeah, you're
what?
basically here anyway.
I
So
love
we
it.
have-
But honestly, that's 100 episodes. That's a huge.
It's huge. It's
pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big
Good job, guys.
accomplishments.
We've drunk 100 drinks. We've
Oh,
listened to
dear.
Brittany talk about Jason Bateman approximately 100 times. I've likely mentioned the Queen Victoria or syphilis at about the same amount. And Lena
Yeah.
said, Lena's been here for a large amount of those times with her love for Tina Turner and of course the X-Files.
Of course.
As today's life pairing is Centennials.
Woo!
Awesome.
We discuss Gen Z, QWERTY, and the one and only Robin Hood.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm
Is it
excited
the
to hear what's
sexy
on.
Robin Hood? Is it the
Oh yeah, many
what was
Robin
it?
Hood Men in Tights.
No, I was gonna go with the cartoon sexy one.
Oh, there's a cartoon sexy one.
Oh yeah, there's like the fox
Yeah,
one. Oh my
Brittany.
god.
Oh, I didn't know
What
that.
were you
I didn't know
doing?
he
Okay,
was.
so now in this episode, we found out that Carla thinks cartoons are sexy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
What's that called? That's called a hentai.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I guess so. But I like the traditional,
I think that's if you like
Cartoon
porn,
porn.
like cartoon
Yeah,
porn.
Cartoon porn.
porn.
Yeah, I clicked on it before. It's
Which-
weird.
yeah.
it's
Clearly
very
Carla
weird. I
does.
don't like, but
It's
maybe I
strange.
do.
It's like I click on everything. If I
Yeah.
see a title and I go, ugh, then I go. I mean, I gotta look.
Yeah.
I go, what if I like it?
it's interesting. I mean, it's
I mean, you never know until you try.
You never know until you try it. I'm not
Yeah.
a judgy pants.
no.
So I go, what if this rings my bell from here to Netherland? And I just never done it.
Yeah, and the older you get, the more stuff you need because it just like gets boring.
Oh,
your brain
God.
runs out of scenarios.
Your brain runs out of.
Wank bank
Totally,
ideas.
totally.
We are recording this episode also in video.
Oh, 4K.
4K. No,
Actually, not true. I have my laptop computer from 1962 has the camera.
The
It's
very
analog.
first one.
The very first computer, which was very sleek for its time.
Oh, it's very
Yeah.
interesting. Brittany's got some smoke going. She's obviously
Her computer's on
Uh,
fire.
My computer. Yeah,
that's how old it is. It's fine to be on fire. It's just
It's
part
fine
of
to be on
this
fire.
its thing.
I have my this is my little mister. It's got essential oils in it. But it looks
Very
like
glowy. It'll be
When
very
you say
glowy.
Mister, I think like Mister as in like MR, like you're
like Mista
like your
Mista,
man.
like from the Salt and Pepper song.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking that, but
And Lena
Um,
has a giant. Show us your weird optical illusion.
oh yeah.
Because if she
Am I
moves a
having
shot,
a beer?
it looks like the beer is sitting in just in front of her. And then if she moves
It's
back,
not.
it's not. It's a giant beer behind her.
Whoa! I didn't know this was a science podcast. We're so smart. Diecast.
It
Yeah.
is. I have a blow up Alexander Keith's bottle
That's pretty cool.
from Cowboys. I think I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, which is my
It was on
favorite
the
beer,
floor.
Alexander
I
Keith's.
took it. Who cares?
Look, I don't. If things aren't glued
But
down,
I love it. And I've kept it.
they're going in Lena's purse,
Yeah,
and all,
that's fair.
and they're usually at my behest as well. Which I was explaining to another friend and the other day, and I was like, oh, I want these, and I was like, oh, Lena's not here, and she was like, do you make her steal things for you? I go, I don't make anybody do anything. She's her own woman. I ask her politely to take them home for me.
Yeah, and it turns out I'm a bit of a klepto, so
Well, klepto
I'm
by proxy.
perfectly
It
happy
sounds
to
like
steal
you're
stuff.
under the influence of
Oh yeah, I'm a klepto by proxy.
Oh, yeah.
I have yeah. It's like Munchausen by proxy.
That's what I was thinking.
Instead of Lena getting sick, I just like when she takes stuff and gives it to me later. It's me all riled up.
And Lena's
I gave you
wearing-
a really nice like centerpiece the other day. Okay, so the other day to me means like in the last like 6 months to a year.
Yeah. Actually, my mom asked
18
about that.
months,
She
maybe.
goes, "Where did you get that?" And I go, "It was gifted to me by a restaurant via Lena's purse."
Fell
Yeah,
off the back of
sorry.
the truck.
Sorry,
Wow.
everyone.
Sorry, everyone.
Lena's
Actually,
also
no, I'm not
wearing
sorry.
some of
Fuck
our
off.
merch.
Oh, yeah, Lena's wearing our merch.
What?
Lean forward, lean in, so we can see
I
the merch.
am. Yeah, I am. I'm wearing it.
Ah, it's so cute. I love it.
That is
I'm getting
really
that
cute,
hat.
actually.
I'm getting that hat.
It's very comfortable.
I have the
And
tank
it fits
top.
my
but I
head
haven't-
nicely, which I don't usually. I can't really wear ball caps.
No, I can't either. They're too small.
you
This is
and
my
nice.
weird
they're
shaped
too
head,
tall,
but this
and
fits very
then-
nicely.
that's very exciting. Centennial 100. That's all I know
100.
about centennials.
Means 100.
and the end of the episode.
Oh, you know what I learned today though, that they're
Hmm.
calling Gen Z or Gen Z or wherever the hell you want to say it or how you pronounce Z or Z. They're also called centennials.
Oh yeah. Wait, no. But there's only 26 letters in the alphabet, so that doesn't work. Okay.
I don't know.
That's fine.
I just typed it in. I wrote millennial. I wrote Gen Z.
What
Or
are
no,
you
I didn't. I
idiots
typed in
talking about?
centennial.
I don't know.
typed-
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like
I-
millennials make sense.
Yeah, centennial doesn't make sense because well, it would be the first 100 years of a decade. Actually, that would make sense.
Oh.
Or
What? No,
yeah,
that also
the
doesn't
sorry,
make
the
sense.
first 100, the first 100 year. No,
I know.
2000,
Someone should go
2100.
talk, but that's a millennial. Okay.
I don't know.
Get on Reddit and tell them that's wrong.
I know. I
Yeah,
just
you
joined
guys-
Reddit.
Yeah.
And
I
I've
can't even
already-
listen to this anymore. You guys don't even know what you're talking about.
It's not us. She read it somewhere else.
I did read it.
we're,
Oh.
We're bringing the truth.
We're
I
bringing
don't
the
know
truth.
about that.
But they're calling themselves centennials, and I go, hey, get a thing, get your own thing.
Mhm.
I so badly wanted to be a Gen Xer, and it really had nothing to do other than I just thought that sounded cool.
Well, I think that was like Reality Bites, right? Like that movie and like that whole generation. Winona
That was a
Ryder,
great
Yeah.
movie, by the way. I loved that movie.
Janine Garofalo.
Oh,
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love her.
She's also in the spinoff of Criminal Minds, by the way. It's
Janine.
bad. It's a bad.
Is it not
Yes.
It's
good?
not good.
What's
it was
the
nice to see
spin-off of
her.
Criminal Minds.
Yeah, there's been two. I don't think they did very well.
Really?
Yeah, don't. Sometimes spinoffs don't
Huh.
work.
That's fine.
No,
and you know
for
what?
sure they don't. But I didn't
Yeah.
even
Grease-
know there was any.
Grease 2 was a nightmare. It was. It was
Yeah.
like, you're like, where's John Travolta? They're like, oh yeah, we decided to do one without him. You're like,
With Michelle Pfeiffer, if I'm
Yeah.
correct, a young Michelle Pfeiffer.
a young Michelle Pfeiffer, who Michelle Pfeiffer's dope as fuck.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I think
hello.
I think we can all agree that the promise was made with John and Olivia. We go,
Yeah.
hey, we'll do this again, and they went, I mean, sort of,
No,
and
yeah,
then they didn't.
I know.
That's not really a
Problem, a sequel.
spin-off though. That's more of like a
That's a sequel.
Oh,
Yeah.
a sequel. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. That is
Yeah.
a sequel. A spinoff
Um,
would be Frasier from Cheers, which is
Yes.
a wonderful spinoff.
Very, very good. Also, there's a spinoff from this podcast.
Oh yeah, called Lena and Carla Do a Thing.
I
Yeah.
was like, what is it?
And I recently edited Lena and Carla made drinks the other day videos, and that was a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
work.
not great.
Yeah, we're
It's
not
great.
we're not super great at it.
I'm
but
not
it's
here to say
fun.
it's not
We're
great or
having
good.
fun.
I think it's great. I just think
It's
there
fun.
needs.
And if anyone has any ideas for things that we should do,
Yeah.
let us know because I mean we've got a couple things like on the docket, but
Yeah, We might be
Oh.
risking our lives by going. I don't know if it's luging or if we're going in the
Oh,
bonds.
Oh.
Toboggan. No, what's those things called?
a luge, a bobsled.
Bobsled.
the bobsled,
Yeah,
the bullet or whatever at COP.
yeah. So we might die. So it's gonna be exciting then.
Okay, here's where I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back on track. It has been 100 episodes. Does anybody have a favorite moment, a favorite episode? We've been around for a while. It's almost, is it 2 years? Is it a year? How long have we been alive?
Oh,
Carla?
we just had our 2-year anniversary in May. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
We didn't even acknowledge it. Did we acknowledge it?
Well, you were kind of on a.
I
thing
was
and
on
didn't
a
wanna bother you.
sabbatical.
Yeah, and Lena and
I
I
was
were.
on a
tour.
I went on a good night nurse, Brittany.
Brittany
And-
went to jail, okay?
Yeah.
She doesn't want
Guys.
to talk about it, but she went to
Guys.
jail.
I was in jail. I served 15 years.
But she did it
I've
really
since come
fast.
out.
She
And
got
she's
out for good
currently on the
behavior.
next season of Making a Murderer.
It's just my stupid face. I'm just like, they're like, did you do it? I'm like, maybe. They're
Maybe.
like, this is a real problem. You could go to jail for 15 years. I'm
They're like, hey, were you just on tour in BC? And you're like, yeah, I was.
I was. They were like, a
You
real
silly Billy.
a real whodunit.
Yep.
It was. I needed a sabbatical, so I just said, I'll see you in a month to everyone.
That was fair.
But
And we
in
were
that
doing
time.
I was doing which we didn't get to talk about, but we were doing the Eurovision party.
Oh, the Eurovision
thing.
party. Yeah,
Yes.
hell yeah.
It's a very, very interesting season this year. So
It was great, as
Yeah.
it always is. It was awesome.
Good year.
let's
All
get
right,
that part out,
well-
that's not important.
So let's okay. So
Favorites?
what we've discovered is that it is our it is not only just the 100th episode, is that our 2-year anniversary has passed,
Mhm.
come and gone. In the 100 episodes, which is a major milestone, a major landmark. What is? I'm gonna go to Carla first.
Okay.
What's been one of your favorite moments?
Oh my god, I have like 5 that I written down.
Let's do them.
Okay. I have to say, I think this wasn't quite the podcast part of it, but we did a patio season episode.
Oh
you and
yes.
Got to
I
sit on a
remember listening to
patio,
that, yes.
and I think it was like a weird like break from the pandemic, because we actually started recording this in the middle of the pandemic, as all
Yeah.
podcasts did. So that was like a nice break where we actually got to go outside. Then we got put in lockdown again, and so we had to like delay releasing the episode. But that was really fun, and we
That
tried
was
to
really fun.
record outside, and it didn't work very well.
It didn't really work, but the spirit was there. And you know what was fun about that day? It was like I don't know if you guys have this with your friends, but sometimes the three of us plus some of our other gals, we just it's like starts as let's go for lunch or brunches. We never go for brunch with our crew because brunches we just know we're gonna be booze hounded by like 2, and then we're never gonna leave.
And then we
I
keep
know.
going till 4, like in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning it doesn't stop. So
Like,
then
we
that-
only do 16-hour days together, so we
You
have
gotta
to
put
be
in a 16-hour shift. So we that day was one of those things where we were
Yeah.
like, okay, we're gonna go for this like nice lunch, and then
We
we're
went
gonna hang out.
to Klein Harris, amazing
Harris.
restaurant in Calgary. If you get the chance to go to, it's Canadian, like it's fancy food, but it's not overpriced food. It's not like too fancy. It's perfect. It's like the perfect.
It's
Oh,
delicious.
yeah.
I remember that episode you guys did.
Yeah,
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was.
but we were
and it
there
was-
for 8 hours.
We were there for 8 hours, and
I
then
don't
we
think I
went to
wanted to.
another
Of course.
restaurant.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
literally got up, excused ourselves. and we're like, we gotta eat again. We've been here for 8 hours, but we were too embarrassed to eat again at Klein Harris, so
Yeah.
we just went to the next. We went, I think, 2 patios down. And we were just like ordered some obscene thing, which
Yeah.
was actually made me remember because I was just at a restaurant here in Calgary called Wellington's, which is one of my favorite
Okay.
restaurants. And it made me remember me and Lena doing this exact same thing, which was we came from another event, but we were so drunk we drank ourselves into money, which we didn't have.
Mhm.
I don't know if you ever drank yourself into being a millionaire,
happens.
but
All the time.
occasionally it happens. And we just sat down and we ordered like the most expensive thing on the menu and like 3 or 4 bottles of wine, and we were like money is not an object, and we didn't have any money. Like we paid our
No
bill,
money
but then
whatsoever. Nothing.
but then we had to
No
borrow money for rent. Like we,
Right.
and then Lena's boyfriend husband was like came and was like, girls, what are you and he was like, what is the bill? And we're like, we don't know. And it was literally like $500.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Last week, 2 weeks ago,
Ah, well.
Lena and I were helping everyone celebrate their birthday. We were buying everyone a birthday shot in the club. So
oh my god.
Oh God, who's the common denominator here? Don't invite me anywhere.
Or do if you want to have
Yeah,
the greatest
sounds
day of your
like
life.
fun. Yeah, exactly.
If you
So
want
yeah,
your birthday paid for, invite Lena along.
that was one of my good.
She doesn't know any
memories.
better.
Yes, that was a fun one.
speaking of patio things, we've also done 2 garden episodes. I think we'll probably do another one, hopefully. That's been more of a learning experience, and it's been very educational because we talk about in those podcasts about failing, because that's apparently what gardening is. It's failing. And it's been that's been a very nice side thing. I liked learning about the imposter syndrome. That was really interesting.
Oh, that was an interesting one.
Some of our psychology ones are really good. Also, I love our month of like horror in October, where we
where we just dived
Totally.
into like all our favorite things. That was actually one of my favorite episodes, was with Victoria Banner. I just thought it was a really fun experience, and she got she had a thing flown up from Chicago.
Yeah.
She had like a friend call a friend call a friend, so we could get this Chicago liqueur flown up for an episode that she had
on the Mothman.
On the Mothman that we had asked her to sort of curate.
That was a great one.
Yeah, that was fun.
And if you don't know Victoria, she does all our Lena's hats, all our
like our art.
Our logos.
Yeah.
Logos.
And she's just kind of a fun person to be around. So she's our Halloween. I love that we have her for Halloween every year, because she did the first one, which was Witch Trials, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the second year was the Mothman. And that was just a really fun experience. I felt like I just was laughing for 100 years.
Yeah.
On that episode. Also, similarly, I just seem to like, I don't have like these real, like, I can't even remember what most of these episodes are about or care, but what I like is I don't care about anything. Like, I feel like I wished I did, because then I would have been like, paid attention in school and retained any ounce of knowledge. But the things I really always enjoy is like, oh God, hopefully somebody gets something from it. But I think we
put out good information. I think we just don't retain any of it. Same with the drinks. No. I have no idea what we've drunk on this podcast.
We don't retain any. I mean, I don't retain any information ever.
No.
But my favorite experiences are always just the moments and the laughing and the whatever it was. And there was one episode where it was Carla, Lena, and I. And I don't even remember the episode, but for some reason we decided to have like a silent dance party where Carla just all we did was listen to
Talking Heads.
The Talking Heads.
Yes.
Disney Talking Heads.
That was the Robbie Burns. I think we did 2 because we were together.
Yeah.
And that was
we were at Carla's place.
And Andy had to order us pizza because it was very late.
Oh yeah, that was another 2 meal. He made us a full meal for Robbie Burns.
And then we had pizza.
Then he also bought us a whole meal.
Then we all try to pay him. We're like, I have $5 in quarters. He's
like, get out of here, you idiot.
He's like, not only did I cook you an entire meal, you stayed so long and got so drunk, it required a second feeding.
Hey, that's just last time he's got to listen to my bullshit. So I'm sure he was like, that's fine.
He's like, okay, I'll pay the $45. Carla, just don't say anything.
Don't talk anymore.
Never look. None of you look at me ever again. But that was really fun to me. That silent day. I don't even. It wasn't. Certainly wasn't scripted. We just pumped it all. We're like, hey, can we play this in our headphones? And then it just turned into we were just 3 little liquor pigs, just all dirtied up.
Good.
Yep, it was so fun.
No.
Yeah.
Lena, do you have a favorite memory thus far?
Yes, anytime I'm on and you hear my own voice.
My favorite moments too.
I like talking about my own things I like.
Yeah. This is back to us talking last week about narcissism.
Oh yeah.
Just got
Maybe I'm a narcissist.
It's just 3 of us.
The 3 of us.
Yeah. No, I remember the first episode I was on, and we were talking about concerts, and we were talking about Kanye West, and it was so much fun. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
that was fun. That was actually.
That's what I like. I love that. It was a great moment.
Ooh, our wine tour one too, but that's because we actually just spent a weekend together.
Yeah, we went on a wine tour, and then we're like,
okay. The wine tour was great because we you guys hauled all the equipment out, and we did an episode in the Airbnb.
Yeah. Okay, so these are our few of our favorite moments. what are some things that you hope to do in the future in our next 100 episodes?
Ooh.
Skydiving, luging.
I'll do luging. I'm not jumping out of a plane.
For our next Mount Everest episode, we climb up Mount Everest. How about that?
And then we all
awesome.
die.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Also, might I suggest that this podcast was designed initially to do the thing? Like, so some of these things that we've talked about are really fun. Like, what would the one for we have to live to 100 years to to do this?
This one, yeah. Hopefully, we get to do a little more. Yeah, going out now that unofficially pandemic is over. Brittany's got a little break.
Yeah. I had a little break, a little recess. I just watched a full trial of someone else's drama, and I was like, I feel better. Oh God, I feel so much better.
So yeah, I think we could do some of that. I think we're gonna get. I'm interested in getting to know some of the weirder drinks. We've done a few weird drinks, but like there are just so many things that we have not tried yet. So
yeah, so many liqueurs and stuff. Like there's like all. What did I have? I had a mezcal margarita the other day that I thought was unreal. And I'll just like occasionally bump into something. Somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I'll make you this," and I go, "Oh, I've never had that before."
Yeah,
lots of stuff made with egg whites that I'm sure we haven't tried to put together.
Try that.
Damn.
Well, those were some fun.
I mean, we still have like methamphetamines to try.
Yeah, we have all the drugs that we need to try.
Heroin.
Now we just have to go
all
to
sorts of things
do it
that we can do.
Finally, finally, I'm gonna get my hands on some heroin. Live out my life on an opioid drip the way the Lord intended. No, I can't imagine. It seems like we've covered every liquor, but I would like to dip into some of these ones from other countries that are just like, oh, what the hell is this?
Yeah, like we did, and I can't remember how to pronounce it. Capoeira. That's the dancing capoeira. But we did caparina or something, and that was a different alcohol.
Oh yeah. That was for that's the one we did at the.
Oh, that was a bonus episode. Yeah, sorry.
Bonus. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry about your luck.
Sorry, guys. Other folks. You have to be on Patreon. You have to be one of our patrons.
Right.
I've actually been watching a lot of like YouTube stuff, and a lot of people they talk about the patrons, and I go, "Oh, so this is how it feels."
Yeah.
Because they'll always reference, they'll be like, "Oh, actually, that's only on Patreon," and then they'll look into the camera, and I go, "Whoa, knock it off! I'm watching your thing. I liked it. I ding the bell. I fucking subscribed."
Yeah, like how dare you
get off your high horse?
But yeah, we'd also I would hope that maybe if we have any little what would you call them, amateur bar people want to make some new drinks for us. That would be exciting.
We're just summoning people. If you want to come to my house and make me drinks,
could we get a bartender to come to the house? That'd be great.
We'll pay you.
We'll pay you.
Yeah, we'll give you some merch.
Hugs.
Yeah, you can get a hat.
A hat and a hug.
Hat and a hug. Well, we could. I assume we were good. I was just gonna say I don't know what the fuck to do. It's only because I can see my face that I'm. Just
know. I'm like my lips are getting redder and redder and redder.
Recording, seeing each other.
I was gonna say,
you're so beautiful, everyone.
Well, you never in a conversation are you able to just look at yourself. Like you can see other people, and then I go like this. I go, oh, no wonder people's faces look confused when I talk to them. I was going to say we'll carry on here and dip into the normal findings of an everyday episode here. This was a little extra conversation, but
yeah.
So perhaps I'll dip into the psychology of centennials.
Ooh. So psychology of 100
centennials. Well, I looked into more what would be our fascination with 100 years. Why it's so important, why it's something that we're all about. And I think just because the human life is pretty short and not a lot of people live to 100 years old.
Yeah.
Like the Queen even sends you stuff when you turn 100. Like it's crazy. Like it's all these different things. Like
it's a big feat.
It's a big feat. Not very many people none of my grandparents lived to 100. My grandma was 93. She was the eldest. I think my youngest grandparents died when they were in their 40s and 50s.
Right.
So like pretty young. So 100 years is a big thing. I think it's the measure of human life. Like it's like oh my god, 100 years. And also you can sort of there is people that have lived 100 years ago, and like though I think their knowledge is like pretty, scoop it up.
Well, it's very, they lived for, like, can you imagine going from, let's say, like 1920 to now? You're like, oh my god, you had to go through like a war. They didn't
technology
have internet,
alone.
no cell phones.
Yeah, I was gonna. Even like television, they would have had like the first TVs.
Yeah.
They would have horse and buggy to car. Like the original Fords were just being made in the 20s, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like we're going essentially. So those people, like I can remember actually having a conversation with my grandma, who, like I said, died at 93, and I showed her. She lived to see an iPhone, and when I showed her the phone, I said, "Let me take a picture." She said, "Is that a camera?" I said, "It's a camera and a phone." She was like, like, not even to mention the internet. Like, I don't think she ever knew what the internet was, even though, like, she was 93. Like, I don't know. That'd be like explaining, like, witchcraft to somebody. Just be like, it didn't.
Oh, totally.
Didn't make sense to her. Like, she was like, oh, okay. It had no bearing on her life. So I remember showing her that, and she was just blown away. She was like, oh, you can see the picture right away. She kept asking me if it was a Polaroid. Did you print that out? She kept saying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Aww.
Which would have, again, a Polaroid would have been mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And like, good grief, she probably sat and had her picture drawn, like.
Totally.
I
know Murphy's super upset about Polaroids right now.
Can't stand a Polaroid.
No. He wants a fresh digital.
You know what? I probably ordered something and they're dropping it off. Like, it's probably from Amazon.
Ooh,
can you imagine explaining Amazon to somebody who lived 100 years ago?
Yeah.
You know what the whole like Amazon like motto is? Like, I don't want to go get it. You get it.
You get it. I think though, and this may be not true everywhere, I think though 100 years ago delivering stuff is maybe a little bit more normal. Because there were like smaller places where you would have to order, like you couldn't, there wasn't not a mall.
Yes,
that's true. Do you guys remember, even like in our day, remember getting the milk delivered?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Did you guys get that?
In plastic bags, which I think is only a
Canadian thing.
Right. Well, yeah, we never got ours in plastic bags in Calgary. Like, I didn't.
We never got ours at our house. I only remember it from your house. Like, I remember the jugs getting, or not the jugs, the jars of milk getting delivered to Lena's house.
Oh, really? Jars?
We had like a little plastic thing that you put the bag in, and then you'd cut the little top edge off, and that was your milk. It's so weird.
Right. I remember those. Like, I remember seeing them at people's houses and stuff, but I never like.
Yeah, no, I do too. But yeah, no, we never got those. But I think that was a little bit of like the UK for my parents.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Like, my mom was like, we need to get the milk delivered, even though like
that should come back. Why can't we have that back?
Well, that is something we run out of routinely. Like, we do actually, we switched over to oat milk.
I know, I'm an oat milk now.
The thing though is a lot of people are drinking less milk, a lot of less dairy, and
can't they deliver me oat milk?
Oat milk is delicious. If you actually, this is something
ask your oat milk provider.
Ask your local oat milk supplier.
I don't even know where the milk comes from in oats. I didn't think there was milk in an oat. I don't also know where almond milk comes from, so I'm very confused.
Dude, it's like every time I go to a vegan restaurant or of some kind of, like, you end up at one and then they're just like, oh yeah, everything's made from cashews here. I don't know what the. But I can't have cashews.
Yeah, you're like, actually, this will kill me, so fuck off.
I ordered an eggs Benedict at a vegan restaurant, but the egg was still there. But they were like, "Oh yeah, we use cashew holiday sauce. We don't agree with butter." I was like, "You agree with eggs?" Like,
yeah, that's not very vegan.
No, not very
eggs
vegan
are worse
of you.
Than if you're a vegan-y thing.
Yeah,
interesting.
So I was like, whatever. But they were like, "It's cashew butter," and I was like, "Don't say that."
You're like, I already feel hives. My tongue is swelling.
Also, I was just
I
like,
can't
this
breathe.
is 1,000 times worse than if I ever ate like a shred of egg.
Yeah.
I know. Like, okay, whatever. But yeah, like all these different things, man. Like, how much has changed in 100 years? Somebody lives more than 100 years, like being a vampire.
Yeah, they do.
Really?
Don't they say that someone will live to 136? I believe is what they've said. Someone alive will live.
Is there a vampire?
They might be. I remember hearing this on the radio and I thought that's what they meant, but then it was I think that they believe that the first human to live to like 130 something is alive right now. It's not gonna be me, guys. I'm going out probably
There's
not that late.
I see what you're saying now. Like someone
alive, yes,
will live until they're 136.
I think
like
so.
a turtle.
Yeah,
those big turtles.
Those big turtles
wants that? They better figure out.
They live to they're like 200 years old.
I know.
Oh yeah,
too old. Same as sharks. They live a long time. Just the swimming.
So they should. And some whales,
as they should.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a human, I'm already 38 and I'm already like, it's hard to get up sometimes, you know, with the knees and all the cracking going on. I can't.
We got to go to a program.
I did hot yoga today and I almost died. So I don't think it's healthy. I don't think that's the problem.
You gotta see a doctor, dude. Yeah. My knees are hurting. My eyes are hurting.
Everything hurts.
My eyes are swollen.
My eyes are swollen.
You remember that from Rosie O'Donnell and Penny Marshall?
Oh my god, yes.
Okay, this ages us a bit because we used to watch Rosie O'Donnell every day.
I love
Penny Marshall on all the time. She'd be like, my eyes are swollen.
My eyes are swollen, Penny.
That's like what we're becoming.
I know.
Hey, I'm happy with that.
I mean, I think we just have to accept it.
I've wanted to be 85 since I was 12, so
I've never wanted to be 85.
I always wanted to go and just live in the Renfrew home or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Renoir.
The Renoir. Yes, we want to go to a retirement home. It just sounds like fun to be in a retirement home, but it's also really bad. I think too.
Stinks like pee in there, man.
Yeah,
never not stinks like pee.
We're talking the nice ones, not like the.
Oh, not there.
Like we want to go to the one where
not the ones that we will eventually end up in. I meant like the ones if you're rich.
Yeah, we want to go to the one where you have your own wine cellar, with like a jazz club.
Oh, that's the mahogany.
Yeah, I know.
One you're talking about.
That's the new one that we're trying to get ourselves into.
That's like a retirement community.
Home or just
no,
like,
the retirement community.
It's like a retirement community.
It's just a resort.
I did a show there. Did I tell you guys that? I did. Yeah, they hired me to do comedy there because a friend of mine used to work for that company.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, why don't you come do a show? And a lot of people ask me to do these things, and I always usually say yes, but I'm just starting to be like, is it worth $200 to me to go stand in front of people and try to like they're just like 80 years old and they got like they're like, oh, a comedy night. Like, you know what they were thinking I was gonna do? Like with the potatoes, like beep, 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 and the fucking bread. I was like,
you're like a court jester, like
yeah. Fucking pull some napkins out of my ear. I don't know, but what I did was just talk about why I don't think my mom loves me enough. Like, which not even true. She does love the shit out of me. No, and they're just like, what the hell is this? So
but you have like happy hour from like noon till 6.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I have happy hour from noon till 6.
I mean, anyone can have happy hour from noon to 6.
That is true.
Just get yourself a no job.
I just wanted to live there, just to be like, oh, someone comes and checks on you, make sure you're not dead.
Essentially, I want to live in the world of the Thursday Murder Club, where it's like kind of a retirement community, and they all just meet on Thursdays and solve murders. And it's a very cute book. And there's 2 of them.
Okay.
Well, you guys are looking. You guys are looking for friends.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Yeah.
You guys are describing friends. Lena's like, I don't want to die alone. You're like, I want to meet up on Thursdays. I was like, you guys. all of these things we can do.
We can't.
Maybe
We live in
all hang out
in a
more.
post-pandemic society where we can't go really outside anymore.
Oh God!
We're all now inside people. We can't go outside.
I'm not an inside people. I'm inside fucking twice a week. I want to be an inside people. I'm an outside people.
I'm an inside person now. Yeah. Or in a backyard. I like my backyard person.
Loser.
No, I'm laughing at my own wanting to be inside and not being allowed to. However, I don't even know how we got started on this.
Yeah, we went on a major.
We go on these tangents where we're just like, this is crazy.
And unfortunately, there's no timer on the Zoom call that we're recording on. So we have no idea.
We've been talking for like at least 8 hours.
It's the next day.
Be 12 years.
Do you want me to? Okay, so we like centennials. I assume we also we like marking things like with even numbers. I think you've talked about this in the podcast before.
We just like to like to box things. We like to go, ooh, that's done. Look at this, we finished the thing.
Yeah.
It's just a way of like tracking movement, I suppose, and then it validates existence for some reason. We just are like, oh, look what we did. We were here for 100 years. And it's like,
it's like a big thing for cities and
cities, towns, TV shows. No TV show left.
SVU. I call it SVU. They will make
Young and the Restless might be 100-year program.
Oh yeah.
Simpsons could
what
run.
About like
it's getting up there.
What about at Coronation Street? It's kind of been going on for
322 years.
Yeah, that's gotta be
1,000 years. Yeah.
Yeah. We like those things. We like to just mark dates and celebrate them. It's just another celebration.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like narcissistic actually as like a species.
True.
It's like we're just like, oh,
look at us.
Look. Ooh, we did another thing. Put it on the calendar. God.
Look, guys, we didn't blow the whole Earth up. Yay for us.
The aliens are just like, it's a coming.
Yeah, they're like, we are staying as far away from you people as possible. We're going to the next planet over where they're just bugs. We'll just hang out with them.
Oh God, so much smarter and easier to be around.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of 100 years, living 100 years, give us some history. Dive back into the last. Before that.
Before the times.
Before the times of woe.
Speaking of narcissistic people, I'm going to talk about the 100th celebration of the signing of the Declaration of Independence of the United States of America.
Ooh. Yes. Well, we definitely hear a lot about the states all the time.
We do, yeah. So this is
with the guns and the shooting.
Yeah, it's not always happy news. It's generally not happy news.
It's actually never good news.
Yeah, I don't know they're gonna make it to 300. I think they've done 200 now. This is the Philadelphia World's Fair. Also called the 1876 Centennial Exposition, also called the 1876 International Exhibition of Arts, Manufacturers, and Products of the Soil and Mine.
Oh, that's quite the title.
If anyone, this is nap time now, everyone. Okay, so I thought this was a different World's Fair. I thought it was the one in Chicago that's really exciting. That they feature in like that book, The White City and the Devil, or whatever that book's called that I read. I can't remember. Eric Larson. Because that one has a serial killer in it. This one doesn't, but that's why I started doing research, and I was too far down the hole to come back out. So we're gonna talk about it, guys. Sorry.
Here we are.
It opened.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm here till the end.
All right, good. It opened May 10th and ran till November 10th of 1876. So they signed the Declaration. I think. Well, they say July 4th. I think it was actually signed on the 22nd or something. The July 2nd, and then submitted or something. I don't know.
They're just like they go like this. They go, no one has fun on a Tuesday, huh? Let's move this up to the weekend.
Yes. It had approximately 10 million visitors, which would have been 1/5 of the U.S. populations at that time. So it was very big. Yeah. It was a huge.
Yeah, that's a lot of people to come in.
That's a lot.
Huge response.
People. Yeah. It was the first World's Fair held in the US. They had been doing like lots of manufacturing fairs and all that exciting business, but this was the first World Fair. You know, like this is where we kind of get like Paris had one, and they had the Eiffel Tower. The one I was talking about in Chicago was the first time that they had the Ferris wheel. These are the things that like always introduce like just really cool stuff.
And Montreal had one, right?
I think so. Yeah. And
I think Vancouver had one.
Did. Yeah. 88, yeah. I feel like.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy we don't have them anymore. Like that sounds like really cool. Like
now we just have like your local like boat trade fair at your local whatever.
Oh yeah, you go down to the Calgary Expedition Center and check out your local trailer RV.
Yeah.
RV fair.
But that's kind of what this was.
I love going to those.
I know, they're great. But that's kind of what this is. It was just like a trade fair. It was kind of to show off new inventions and like that kind of stuff. So it was crazy huge from a amount of people that showed up, and then also from how big it was. So it was 250 buildings with 16 bridges and 16 fountains. I don't know if that was like associated. I'm not sure why that, but 5.5 miles of railroad track. The main exhibition hall was the biggest building in the world at the time. It was 464 feet wide by 880 feet long. The whole like little square of that, and maybe this was the whole thing, encompassed 21 acres.
Holy shit.
It had its first ever monorail.
Whoa. Okay, this is like, I know
monorail.
You build this as like not exciting. It's a lot. It's a huge thing. It's huge, like it's like for that time, it's a lot.
And it was a temporary thing. Like they weren't building this as like, you know, these are gonna last or anything. They were just like throwing these huge buildings up. The monorail went 150 yards. I don't think that's particularly far. That's okay.
Hey, have you built a monorail?
I have not. You know what?
No, I don't even mean you. I mean the listener, because I felt them being judgmental.
But that is only a football field and a half, right?
Is it? Okay. I was like, I don't know what that.
Well, 150 yards.
Okay, perfect. That's helpful. Yes, because I was like, is that 150 of my like backyard?
To be honest with you, I've looked at a football field and thought, I wished I had a ride to the end of that to get another hot dog. When you have to go all the way there and all the way back.
There you go, B. Get a monorail.
Yep.
Get a monorail.
Hey, new when we get a new Stampeders thing, can we have a monorail? That would be fancy.
Yeah, Mr.
Hey, Calgary officials, we know that this is your go-to podcast.
Yeah, for listening.
Now that we get you on the line.
Architectural advisements. Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this. We just won Coach of the Year here in Calgary, Alberta. So maybe you guys could step it up.
Get your shit together. Yeah. It required 300 miles of fencing, because you have to remember, this is basically like going to your own fair, you know, like, or the Stampede or whatever your local fair is. So it was all enclosed because they were selling tickets. They purchased an entire lake in the state of Maine to provide ice for drinks. So that used to be a thing. That's how you used to get ice, is
from a lake.
Yeah, one day I'll go into it. It's really funny and interesting. And there was an ice king. They were kind of viewing this to be a big, because it was going to be America's first time they did it. This was 10 years after the Civil War. America at the time was not seen as like a big industrial country. It was kind of seen as like a crazy past colonial thing that was trying to tear itself apart.
I love that they're just like, there's one guy like, I'll show him, see, get a few bridges, a few steams, we need a monorail.
That is exactly what happened.
That's how they all talked.
The one before this one was in Vienna. And they were beset by poor sanitation and cholera, and that kept people away. So
goddamn like, canals.
Let's take some.
It'll get you.
They were making drinks from the ice canals.
And this was normally exhibitors. These were people with like the inventions or whatever, or their boats. You would have to pay for a spot in one of these expos, but this one they figured, well, no, we'll just get people we'll give them the space for free, and people will pay to come see these inventions. So
that's a one-way ticket to Crazy Town, baby. You gotta put rules and regulations on things.
They did not make any money on this. I think it actually went the other way. So maybe they should have asked. But okay, let's play a game. Let's guess
I'm listening.
some of the inventions that arose.
How to get rid of women.
Actually, so women weren't allowed to show. There was like a main hall. They were not allowed to show anything, like any of their inventions. So they had the women's pavilion.
Of course,
that's where they got to put in their stuff.
It's just a great big fucking period convention.
Yeah, I'll go into that in a minute.
Leave them over there.
Put them in the corner. They
so
can't have
mad all the time.
They're probably all in their periods together.
Everyone just they're all gonna sync up.
All right. Okay, here's a hint. The number 57.
Heinz 57 ketchup.
Yes. Oh, Brittany.
Nice, B. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
QWERTY.
Keyboard.
For what though?
A QWERTY keyboard would be for type like a typewriter.
Yes. Yeah. And Brittany, look at this.
Peters.
Otis.
Elevator. The safeties. Otis elevator safeties. They were showcasing them at the World's Fair.
Yeah.
I remember that. They showcased that the safeties on the elevators could grab the rails.
I don't know which one that was though. That might have been a later one. This one I tried to look into because I knew you were going to ask me about elevator stuff. So I don't know if it was just like when
it was Elijah Otis who showcased it.
Oh. And this would have been.
Brittany learned that in her elevator.
Elevator school.
Oh, is that when they had elevators then before this? Because it's what the 76.
Yeah, they were trying to showcase the safeties. They were trying to showcase that the elevator is safe to ride.
Right.
And
because it would be a pretty crazy thing. Back
they're
then.
like, we're gonna take you up 57 stories. Don't worry about it.
Also, we don't. Well, back then they would have been like, we're gonna take you 3 stories high.
Yeah. You're like,
even
I've
now,
been on a
people are afraid of.
But that still would have been creepy. I mean, that still would have been like creepy and scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they showcased the safety, which rode on the bottom of the elevator. That was like worked like a traditional governor works, like a speed governor. And if the governor went a certain,
that doesn't make any sense. Though that by the way, explain that.
Oh, sure.
They're a man named Governor. What? The governor?
A governor is like a speed governor, like on a car, like a traditional.
He was in The Walking Dead.
Was he on Frasier?
Frasier and from 1995.
Why is he?
No, actually, I don't think he was even on The Walking Dead. Okay, never mind, Brittany. Sorry.
What's a governor?
A governor.
The governor.
Besides the guy who was like, get us more steam bridges. Yeah. No one takes us seriously. See? A governor is a device used to govern, if you will, the speed threshold. So when something is going too fast, like your car has a governor where it tops out at a certain speed and then you can't go faster. That's computerized now.
My car does not have that.
It absolutely
car goes 500 miles.
500.
No, I'm just kidding. My car is like a clown car and it doesn't go very fast.
So that has
you have too much governor.
You got too much governor, not enough giver.
Yeah, that could be. I'm gonna take it back to the
factory.
Yeah.
Back to the clown college.
Is it kind of like a clamp?
Yeah, I'm going back to the clown factory.
It's not like a clamp. It's a wheel. It's like a wheel. That's what a governor is.
Okay.
The safeties that were being showcased there are like clamps. So the wheel would go too fast, it would trip, and the safeties would then grab onto the rails below, and they provide a mechanical stop to the elevator so that it doesn't smack into the ground. Even though most elevators would go up if you crashed, not down.
What?
That's a conversation for a whole nother day.
Okay. We'll have elevator talk one day. Even though, like, I'm don't understand. Anytime that anyone tries to explain to me how something works, I'm like, Elves. It just tell me the elves did it. I don't want to know anything else.
The elevator elves.
Yeah. They get us
elves.
I just can't. My brain does not work like that.
Elves.
Okay, so
elevators.
So there was the Corliss steam engine, and that actually powered most of the machines in the main hall. So it was like this huge, gigantic machine doing this. Edison's phonograph was there. There was the Colt repeating pistol because this is America. Like I said, Otis elevators. I'm gonna try to find a picture of this because it's really cool. It showed the arm and the torch of the Statue of Liberty, because the statue wasn't there yet, so it was just like a little arm on the ground.
Oh yes, that was a gift from France, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they had shipped that over early, and then it went to New York to wait for the rest of its body. And I think it's always hard to picture how big that thing is until you see something like just standing next to the arm and the torch. So we'll try and put pictures on the old Insta of that. Hires root beer. That was there.
Okay.
Like you said, Heinz ketchup, sugar popcorn.
Oh, like kernel candy corn, maybe, or like like caramel corn.
I could not get a little bit more. There was a lot about popcorn, and I got bored.
I love that root beer and popcorn are always the things. Like even when they showcase like the old days, like you could go into the little places and they go, "Huh? What do you think?"
Yes. Soda water.
Oh. Carbonation.
Yeah. And bananas.
Bananas.
No one had seen a banana. They were selling them with a fork and a knife.
Because it was the first time they could get them over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trade.
Yeah.
You don't think about trade.
No. There was also such a like integral part of our society now, the portable bath.
Portable bath.
Yeah. You'd love that.
I would love that. I was just like, oh my god.
Where is it now?
It's not. It did not catch on. I
couldn't just like
quite understand all of the properties of it, but I was like,
just the
sounds not good.
You're like, you ever been at a party and not wanted to not be in a bath? Man, if we got a invention for you.
Apparently they were talking, it was because like a lot of travel, there wasn't access to bathrooms and stuff, I guess.
See, aren't we smug?
Days. I know.
I'm just in my, every hotel bath, riding in my safe elevator, eating fucking dragon fruit without a second thought.
I know. They didn't even know about dragon fruit back then. Like I said, the typewriter, there was a mechanical calculator that was 5 by 8 feet. It was 2,000 pounds.
Good grief.
So you can't bring that into your math quiz that week. That would be
They're like, are you cheating? You're like,
and you're like, hold on.
A dolly.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, the Women's Pavilion featured inventions all created by women.
Wings on your pads.
It included the dishwasher, or like a kind of dishwasher, a stove, a type of stove, a self-heating iron.
Oh,
that's good. I don't know if that was curling iron or just regular iron. I would be more excited about the curling.
Either way, that's like kind of dope.
Yeah.
Self-heating. Yeah.
Also, not in the ladies' world, emergency flares and interlocking bricks.
Oh.
You couldn't have let that in the main hall? Come on, I get it. If it's like a little, I don't know why I've become New York.
Yeah.
Carla Soprano over here.
I'm walking here. I'm fucking inventing bricks.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put all my ideas in a pavilion. What am I? Fucking chop liver? I'm sorry.
That was great. You should have been there. You should have been there to yell at all those people.
I also just love the ideas of the, like no one putting up a fight. They're just like, all the women have to go in the women's pavilion to sell their lady ideas. And then we just like shut the door and we're like, Oh, thank
Like,
God.
Right? You're like, thank
Now,
God.
Janice, you were saying the bricks aren't interlocking, so the little piggies seem to continue to blow it over. Is there something we can... This is a rational conversation.
Yeah. You're like, those men over there, they keep doing the ones and they want us to fill in all this space between the bricks. What can we... You got it. You figured it. Don't tell the men. Don't tell the men. Right? They'll just fuck it up. They're going to do something weird with it. They'll probably put their penis in it. That's always what happens.
Don't put any holes in there. They'll try to fuck it. Ladies, I think we can all agree we have to stop making things with holes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
They just...
Next order of business.
Yeah.
And then one lady's just like, my husband keeps getting lost and he won't ask for directions. Is there some sort of device on the side of a road we could alert the police with?
The Alexander Bell's telephone. So they had the Brazilian emperor, Dom Pedro, was the guest of, now I can't remember. It was Ulysses S. Grant was the president. It was his guest. So Bell picked up the receiver and spoke into it, and 20 feet away, the Brazilian emperor, he picked up the other end and went, "My God, it talks!" Except he probably said it in a Brazilian accent, or maybe not. I don't know how that works back then. So,
like, who knows? That's amazing.
That's pretty cool, right?
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Cool.
Like, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now if the telephone hadn't been invented. By the way, I don't know, like, isn't there weird things with Alexander Bell and the telephone, who invented it? I'm sure it's very complicated. Just shorthand. He was there.
Look, he told people about it. The other guy probably invented it, but Alexander was like, you got to tell people.
Yeah, you got to showmanship. You got to sell that thing.
Right.
So that's the centennial exposition. Exposition is not the right word.
Expose.
Yeah,
I was going to say expose too.
I will go back. Exposition. Oh, I did say it right. Okay.
Yeah. Buddy, that was you queued this up to be like it was going to be the most boring thing ever. This is the most engaged I've ever been.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Carla's like, it didn't have one king or queen in it. All it had was fucking super dope inventions.
There was just the Brazilian emperor. Queen Vic didn't even try to show up. Apparently I think it was one of the architects did go on to get syphilis and die from that, though. So don't worry.
It would not be a centennial episode if somebody did get syphilis and die.
Stop sticking your penis in bricks. That's,
If it itches, call a doctor. If it hurts, call a nurse. Doctor, tell me the news. You got a bad case, a big old
having syphilis.
Syphilis. Sweet. Well, we're gonna move on. Good section, Carlita.
Thank you.
My Brazilian senorita.
I always forgot you used to call me Carlita, and I have no idea why, but I like it.
Fun, spicy. It's just a little spicier.
Carla's a bit of a
fun
name, right?
Yeah, Carla's a fun name.
It's like a Spanish name.
It is. Add a little spice, a little extra spice.
Yeah.
I like to put a little extra sriracha on my eggs sometimes.
Yeah.
A little extra.
Just no cashew butter.
No cashew butter, please.
No.
Lena, would you like to take us into, I don't know where you're going to take us. Take us on the monorail. Put us on the monorail and take us to Lena Town.
We're going on the monorail.
Yeah.
Toot toot all aboard.
Next stop, Lena Island.
Lyland.
Oh, that'd be a very fun island.
Welcome to Lyland. Where nothing is real and everything is fun.
Love it.
Okay, so we're doing the 100th.
Yes.
So what do we think was going on in the movies like 100 years ago?
That'd be like 1922.
1922.
Were they talking yet?
No.
Oh.
To be honest, I actually didn't know that there would be movies in 1922.
Was that like,
you know what I mean? I was like, I actually didn't know when movies were like.
I wouldn't know either.
Like pictures, going to the pictures.
Yeah. Would it have been like the talkies where they're like, they're silent films but with the words on the bottom?
Oh yeah. No, talkies were when they actually.
Oh, when they started talking.
Yeah.
Would have been, I guess, silent films. I guess.
Yeah,
would have been like the Buster Keats era, or Buster. What was his name?
Keaton. Buster Keaton.
And like Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. He was probably 30. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Chaplin was the 30s, right?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because he was like Hitler stuff and.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, going back 100 years, it was 1922. So the number one movie, like at the box office, was Douglas Fairbanks in Robin Hood.
Oh,
really?
It was a Robin Hood movie, and it was actually called Douglas Fairbanks in Robin Hood. That was
well, that was the way it was like.
That's what it was.
And it used to always be like the big star name in this. So it'd be like Brad Pitt in
Fight Club.
In Fight Club, Brad Pitt in Meet Joe Black.
And I have heard the name Douglas Fairbanks before. He's pretty famous. Did he ever really like thin mustache too?
He did, and he mostly did comedy.
Oh,
apparently, I didn't know much about Douglas, of course.
Right.
But yeah, he mostly did comedy. And
I would imagine the comedy would be. Oh, sorry. I would imagine that comedy would be a more successful hit in the silent films. Because what else?
Silent, yeah. Like, do you guys remember like Laurel and Hardy and?
Yeah.
All that stuff. I remember the Mr. building Bean, falling on people.
I mean,
that was maybe.
It's so much easier, I think. Sorry, Carla. To portray comedy silently.
Yeah.
So it's like a piano dropping on someone.
Yeah.
Or like someone getting like messy, or like a pie in the face or something. Like it's.
When it's very like the acting would be very like the facial expressions would be very big and visual and.
Yeah, that would be like a huge part of it.
Yeah.
So this was, I guess it was I mean, it's not
Hold
a
on,
comedy.
there. Comedy is better to present as silent. Brittany, you're out of a job.
I mean, I could just ding around for a bit.
Just do a stand-up silently.
I could just do a female tribute to Buster Keaton, and I could just be like, with the the little forks and the bread, like Grandpa Simpson.
Perfect.
But that's actually how I learned about Buster Keaton, was through Grandpa Simpson, because.
Oh, I learned about it through Johnny Depp.
Totally.
Oh, through Benny and June.
Benny and June, yeah.
Which I did watch the other day, and just about fucking came my brains out.
Oh, so good.
Oh yeah, Brittany's still on her Johnny.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
I don't think so. He's so good. He's in a lot of good movies.
Talk about the last Johnny episode. The last
Johnny episode. Yeah.
Was I really liked the movie Blow. When I was
that was
good. Like,
that was a great movie.
Probably like cool to watch.
Penelope
Cruz.
It's
a really good movie though.
Yeah,
I love Penelope Cruz.
And it was very, very, very good.
Yeah,
very, very good.
And I really, really liked it.
I'm gonna rewatch that one.
Sorry, so back to Robin Hood. So it was a comedy of Robin Hood?
No, it was a silent adventure film.
Oh.
But Douglas Fairbanks was mostly known for comedy.
Right.
So everyone knows the story of
there's a little mustache.
Robin Hood. Are you talking about me?
No, sorry, I showed a picture of Douglas Fairbanks.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, I don't think so. I was like,
Brittany's like, actually, this is the perfect time to bring it up.
Oh, God. In front of everyone, I didn't to mention something that I've been really knocking on my door for too long.
So since grade 2, Lena's had a mustache.
You've had a penciled in mustache, which
Douglas Fairbanks.
Or the Jimmy Buffett song, I wish I had a pencil-tin mustache. And then I could be a...
Oh my God. That's too funny.
Okay,
so Yeah, so everyone I think knows the story of Robin Hood. If anyone wants to elaborate.
He stole from the rich and gave to the poor, and
exactly.
He was in love with a lady named Mary Magdalene. Marian, sorry.
Mary Magdalene
Lady
was
Marian.
was Jesus' whore.
I seriously haven't watched anything Robin Hood related since Men in Tights, so
I only know the song the the Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest.
Yeah.
Laughing back and forth about the other had to say. You know that song? You don't know that one?
No. I know we're men in tights. Tights.
I do like that one. Yeah.
Okay, what was the like Kevin Costner one?
Yeah, Prince
of Thieves, and it was like everything.
Oh.
It had the Bryan Adams song.
Yes, and it had Christian Slater.
And that Christian Slater. Okay, so Mike and I watched we're doing all these 90s movies.
Yeah.
Trying to get through them. So we're watching we watched Broken Arrow the other night.
Love Broken Arrow. I watched it not long ago.
Only because I think Christian Slater. Oh my god.
Christian Slater's a babe.
I love him.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that.
Actually, you want to know something? Mike is a little Christian Slatery.
No, don't tell me that, because then I'll just be trying to sleep with Lena's boyfriend.
I think he is. He's got that same widow's peak hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, don't tell him this, because he's gonna
go straight to his head. But when he slicks his hair back, he does look like
Hollywood.
Yeah. He does look a little like 90s Christian Slatery,
or
like Heather's, yeah, when he had longer hair.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell him.
I've ended my crush on Christian Slater. We're done now.
I've been married to Lena and Mike my whole life. Mine is reinvigorated.
There you go.
I'm not gonna hide my love for these two. I'm gonna bury it away in a hole.
It's basically Sister Wives at this point.
Yeah.
Anywho,
that's Robin Hood. There was also a really good BBC TV series if you want to watch that I really liked. Anyways, moving on.
Everyone knows the story of Robin Hood, so I don't need to get into the plot or anything. But this
apparently
particular
Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene goes to hell.
All right. You guys are out of control.
Sorry. Right. I was doing the New Jersey story of Robin Hood. Mary Magdalene goes to hell.
Yeah, she probably did.
No, Jesus saved her and saved us all or something. I don't know. Let's get off this. Go back to I don't know. We have established my hold on religious doctrine is not great.
This is my impression of them talking about Mary Magdalene in New Jersey. I heard she was over there washing his feet. I heard he invited her in. And you know what that means when a man invites you in. That's okay. Go ahead. Sorry. My apologies to everyone.
Oh my god, Brittany.
The last thing she could do was bring a tuna fish fucking sad. I wanted to say tuna fish so bad. We had a buffet. She didn't even bring a tuna fish sandwich. I swear to God, just bring something. A little spritzer. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't gotta be such a whore in your everyday life just because you're doing it in your professional life. Sorry.
Brittany, you could be cast as every typical American Jewish mother.
Yeah.
There you go.
Out of Jersey.
That's your casting call.
What's my
Sorry, back to 1922. Serious Robin Hood. He's serious. He's a Robin Hood.
Apparently it's serious. It's 1922 though.
Yeah. Was he wearing tights?
So it's silent. It's silent.
Oh, so no.
I mean, I didn't watch it. Apparently, you can watch it on YouTube.
Oh.
For free.
So while you're watching us on YouTube right now, you can open up another tab and watch the film.
And watch
don't turn us off.
Movie,
don't turn us off.
More entertained with than the bullshit conversation.
We can be in your ears, and he can be in your face.
I'm gonna slip into something more comfortable and turn on that Christian Slater flick.
We're all gonna watch Broken Arrow in about 1 minute.
That's too many.
Okay.
Too many. Right. Christian Slater, good movies. Capes, right?
So like I said before, I didn't even realize there was movies in 1922. I had to look it up.
Yeah.
Well,
so this listen to this one. Okay, so this is the first motion picture to ever have a Hollywood premiere.
Really?
Whoa.
So this is where it all started, and it was at the Grumman's Egyptian Theater, which I don't know.
Oh, not the Chinese theater, right? The Chinese
I don't
theater
know if
is
it's
the like
separate or if it changed.
Oh,
I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, they had a premiere.
That's pretty good. And the first one.
Yeah.
The very first one. So the budget was approximately, to make the movie, was $1 million.
Wow. That's a
Back
lot
in
of
those
money
days,
in that
yeah.
back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
Whereas-
a smash. It had a lot of good reviews. And it made, I think, I'm just gonna do a little flipperoo here. It made about $2 million
in revenue.
Yeah.
So it doubled its, or no?
Yeah.
How does that work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's pretty awesome. That's neat to know. I would have never known that. And like the thing is
That's
now
a lot of money though, right? Because I would have been like, hey, this movie was a hit. Did it make like $40 at the box office? I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know
what
how
money
many
was like then.
No. I wonder how many theaters were around back then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
and it was kind of the creation of Hollywood, really. Like if you think about it that way, like this place where everyone went to make these movies, and then there became this Hollywood culture that surrounded premieres and the showiness of it all. And like if that was the first premiere, that was pretty. That's almost the creation of that era.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So it was Douglas Fairbanks. That's what it was called. Like Douglas, I said that. So it was written by him, produced by Douglas Fairbanks, starring Douglas Fairbanks.
He played every role. It was
the nerve of this guy.
It was
I'm just kidding. Obviously, he's a Hollywood legend, but yeah.
That's pretty unbelievable.
So the running time was 127 minutes.
That's a long film, right? No, that's
for it to be silent.
Yeah, that's a long film.
Yeah,
I looked at my phone.
11 reels, 10,680 feet of film.
Wow.
Holy shit! Yeah, you don't think about that.
No.
It was not digital. It was analog.
Yeah.
It was real film.
Did they still have it then? Because I know they like lost a lot of stuff like that, or they degrade. I think too, like when it's on physical. But you said it's on YouTube, so it's probably been
so someone
digitized.
It might have been digitized, or someone filmed watching it somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd watch it, but yeah, you can definitely watch on YouTube for free. Yeah, so they had some crazy like sets. They were supposed to look like obviously like Nottingham, but they were all filmed in Pickford Fairbanks studio in Hollywood. So this guy fucking knows everything. This guy owns everything.
He's the guy. He's the guy who just like
he's the dude. So that was the movie. That was the movie. Like, don't think of like, okay, what's out right now? Like Maverick or
Top Gun.
Top Gun
Maverick, Top Gun.
Yeah.
All this crazy shit. But there was actually, something in the theater 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I also learned
paid to see, and it made money in the United States. Like it made, and quite a lot of money.
Quite a lot of money because it
made over $2 million in the box office, which is nuts.
Yeah.
I have a friend who she works actually at the Calgary Bell Center, and she does a lot of the music programming within the center. And what she does is she plays this old instrument, and it's unbelievable. And what it is it's like an organ that controls like by I think steam, but all the other different instruments like drums, guitars, all these things. And that's what was in the walls of the theaters was all these instruments and the big steam organ that you played all. You could play a full symphony. One person could play it on this organ, and that's what a lot of times was playing when these silent films were happening because they had no way of pumping the audio out because that wasn't of it. Like otherwise they would have just talked.
That's so neat. Lena and I are going there on Sunday. So we'll have to.
You should go and
look at this.
I'll double check if she's there, but she'll come out and she plays the instrument. So actually on my birthday, I just dropped by just for fun, for something to do. And she was like, come and meet me on the second floor. And then she plays this organ and it plays like 20 it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
So it's like the synth machine of the past.
That's awesome.
We have played everything.
Because I just assumed they would have had to have like an orchestra in the theater.
No, that's what was within the walls in this
That's
organ.
cool.
And then so there's only something like 10 of them left or something, some absurdly low number that that were preserved because they all started to degrade and they didn't have any use for them anymore.
Right.
And it's so funny what we find nostalgic. Speaking of centennials and 100 years past and all these things, the things we find nostalgic often are throwaway things in the end, or in the beginning when you're like, oh well, we don't need this anymore.
Yeah.
The same way we're take down the Coke stage, take down the, all the different things in Calgary, take down Weedickville. Well, in 100 years, they're going to go, somebody's going to set that all up again and go,
yeah,
this is 100 years old.
Also, this is disgusting.
Yeah. Also, I was thinking, do you think in 100 years, people are going to think that we spoke in code with all of our emojis? They're going to be hey,
like wingdings.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
wingdings.
They brought back Egyptian hieroglyphs, and they just use eggplants a lot of the time. I don't know.
These people are just eggplant water. What the hell does that mean?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Like they must be growing so many fresh vegetables. We're like,
this guy's fucking starved. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what people will look back and think of now. I'm sure they'll think, man, they were dumb. I don't think we think that now. Like, I don't look back and I think, oh, the technology wasn't there. I think technology's made us dumb. I think we're gonna have to find a way to grow out of this or grow into being, I don't know. I watched another Johnny Depp movie because Lena's on the 90s. I'm on the Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Transcendence, where they just like upload your entire brain into a computer. And then you become that, and essentially the code just sort of takes over. And it was a film about like, is this like moral? Because the code is so smart that it started making money,
right,
for the person's like thing. They're like, oh. It was a horrible film, hard to follow, honestly.
But I mean, like we're doing that with holograms right now.
Yeah. But it was interesting, and it's something that I think about 100 years in the future. Like, wow, what's that going to be? What can you can't imagine? Like 30 years ago, we were like hoverboards. We think it's hoverboards.
Although, we have not really gotten anything fancy in the last 20 years. Like the iPhone is still the same as it was probably for the most part.
Yeah,
20 years ago. The microwave. Still. That's That's an Ivan Decker joke.
Don't fix it if it ain't broke. But
it's broken. It was broken when we got it.
That is a good Ivan joke, yeah.
Yeah, so we actually have kind of gone into a weird time where maybe like there's not anything super exciting happening right now. So go make some flying planes or trains or something, guys. Go, but don't involve Elon Musk. He's an evil villain.
He's stressing us all out.
Let's talk about how we didn't pair with a drink.
Yeah, we paired with our own. We kind of just paired with. Here's what happened. We all made our own drinks.
Yeah, we're not drinking them right now because Brittany's drinking hers. Lena and I both chose Iron Brew, and I think it's missing right now. There's something going on.
Well, actually, I do have Iron Brew in the fridge. I just don't have any beer.
Oh, what?
It happens.
It happens every once in a while. Well, why don't we go around the table then, I guess, and you can tell us about your drink. Carla says she's lacking memories from the evening she created her drink from.
Lena and I don't know what we were doing. I feel like that there was maybe the Olympics. It was a while ago.
They both just.
It was a while ago. Yeah, it was probably some thing we were watching or doing.
Yeah, but we decided to make our own drinks. Brittany was
MIA.
MIA, or she was in prison. She's in
The
prison.
moon. I was in
you
prison.
were in the moon with Elon Musk. Yeah,
I was
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
prison.
true.
So okay, I think mine had vodka in it and Iron Brew.
Yeah, I forgot about the vodka in yours.
The vodka, yeah.
I think
Iron Brew. Otherwise, it wouldn't have had any alcohol in it.
Yeah, it would have
just been a bunch of crap. We just pulled everything out of my pantry and tried to put it in a drink. So yeah, vodka, Iron Brew, ginger beer, and a splash of tropical punch Kool-Aid.
Which looked the labeling was blue, so I was disheartened to see when it came out red.
It wasn't.
That's what I thought.
Color. Kool-Aid lied.
Like if you look at the video, I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be horrible, and then it
just came out the wrong color.
It wasn't so
bad. Yeah, check it out on all of our socials. I think it's on Facebook, on Insta. Is it on TikTok?
It's on. It can be on TikTok. Yeah,
okay, it'll be on TikTok.
Yeah, so I've just been asking people to vote and see what their favorite drinks were, and that we were going to drink it in the 100th episode. But here's what we're going to just declare a winner. I think is what we'll do, and then that person has to send you $100.
Because 100 of their drink.
Okay. I will tell you that Lena is currently leading.
Ooh. Okay, so sorry. So Brittany, what was your drink?
My drink was I called it a prairie sunrise.
Oh yeah, mine was called it. What did you call it? A ginger.
I called it a ginger kilt.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, I made these up.
Brittany even named all the things. It was very good.
I was like trying to come up with some fancy names. I called mine a prairie sunrise. My thought was because I used a wheat beer. Prairies.
Yeah.
I used orange juice, so that would be a beer mosa. But then I always really enjoy a tequila sunrise, and which is just the addition of grenadine. So I just went beer, orange juice, little grenadine, brought it up to the sun. There we go. That's what it looks like.
Very pretty.
It's very pretty. Lena with the Scottish creamsicle.
Yeah.
So all it was just beer and Iron Brew.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR.
Yep, PBR and Iron Brew.
So kind of like your own beer mosa.
Yeah.
Well, but that's not true because people are going to get the wrong impression here.
Right.
Iron Brew, it does not taste orange.
No, you're right. It doesn't. No.
It is orange in coloring. It tastes like vanilla.
That's true. And it's carbonated too, so it's not like...
It tastes like...
Iron Brew.
I think everyone... exactly. It tastes like
tastes
everyone has their own like perception.
Yeah, I don't know. I can...
So like vanilla is not wrong. That's just like what...
That's like what's hitting on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Lena and I had a cider that she found at somewhere, and it was you know what, we went to like a beer tasting event, and we had a cider that was elderflower pear cider, and remember we used to think that tasted like it was the closest thing we tasted to Iron Brew was this elderflower pear cider. And that was so everyone's gonna think orange, but it just looks orange. It doesn't taste like orange.
Yeah. No, it tastes like orange pop at all.
No, not. So like if the flavoring isn't gonna be that, it looks like that, but it's not that.
Yeah. Did it taste like a creamsicle?
I think it tasted pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I think the beer kind of like cut the
sweetness.
Iron
Brew. Yeah. It was good.
Do you know what? That was the one that like I kind of knew what mine was going to taste like because I've had a beer mosa and all I did was make it a little sweeter with the grenadine. I wasn't sure what yours was going to taste like, Carla, because it was just but it kind of made me think of like a mule, kind of like some version
with a lot of weird stuff in it. Yep.
I don't think that fruit punch thing, I don't think you put enough in there for it to
and you know what? I needed to find a blue fruit punch thing. If I have to make it again,
I'm kind of glad it wasn't because I thought it would be green. That's why I kept sludge water.
I think it came out better that it was the red. The coloring was better.
And then I was this looks actually like not bad.
Yeah.
But truly, and for not for any reason other than I just thought beer and fucking Iron Brew would taste disgusting.
Yeah.
Iron Brew, yeah. But when you guys tasted it, it was the one out of the three of us that all of you guys were like, this is so good.
Yeah. It was a really long time ago, so we'll have to try it again. Hopefully we can get the three of us together. We'll try all the drinks anyways. And
oh god, yeah.
Totally.
But I'll tell you this: the orange cream or the Scottish creamsicle is in the lead right now.
Ooh, so go to your social medias and vote. I just like Brittany's name. I like it. I like the idea.
Oh, the Prairie Sunrise.
I don't know. I just think that's very.
All the names are great. No, it's all good.
I think it's very astute of our Life Pairings podcast here in the YYC of Alberta in Canada.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of Scottish influence though on this
absolutely.
podcast, to be fair. But so that too. But yeah, so go to your socials, things, like us, anyways.
Subscribe. Hit the do the YouTubey things
and vote for us. You can probably vote underneath.
Yep.
Put down. Vote for that, and we'll announce it maybe on the next podcast or maybe in a video, or we don't know. Surprise things.
That's what it's like when you don't plan. You just go, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll probably tell you. We might forget. We don't know.
In the meantime, anything you gals want to tell anybody? Check out Carla's book.
Oh yeah, Amazon. Yeah, it's behind me
book
right now.
There you go. Right in the frame. I've been looking at it the whole time.
Yeah. Brittany, you're on TV.
Yeah, you can check me out on Roast Battles Canada on CTV. On June 13th is the premiere of the show, and then I'll be on June the 11th is my particular episode.
No.
Nice.
July the 11th.
Sense.
My
there
apologies.
We go.
July the 11th. This is actually what I've been doing like this entire time with just trying to sort out my life. I keep mixing up June and July. Yeah, but you can check that out. That'll be on CTV Comedy Channel.
Brittany also has a really cool merch.
Oh yeah, I got a cool merch now.
Plug the merch.
It says vodka.
Vodka.
How we tell you how to pour vodka.
Yeah,
her shirt tells you.
My mother coined that phrase, and I thought the world should know about it.
Yeah.
So they should.
So they should.
Mm-hmm.
And they will.
And you can, if you're in Edmonton, I'll be on the Grindstone Comedy Festival in July as well. So check out the grindstonecomedyfestival.com and get tickets for that, and I'll be there. It's gonna be fun.
Very
Let's
exciting.
drink. Let's party. Let's have fun.
Nice.
Yay.
Okay, we love you guys. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for 100 episodes. Holy shit. And I'm not sure how this is gonna pare down once poor Carla has to edit it all and put it out to you in one fluent piece. But
there's a lot of cuts.
It'll be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
My God, thanks for sticking with us.
Let us know if you like us in this format, or if you're like, no, you guys have the voices of radio. Go back.
I'm going to be honest with you. I like this format. I think it's more engaging.
Yeah.
I think it's funner. And I watch so many people on YouTube, and I don't know, this might be the future of this podcast going forward.
Well, it is the future of podcasts, apparently. We can't just record in audio.
And at least we all know our camers work. I mean.
Yeah. And it's nice to see your faces.
Nice to see your faces.
It's always good to see you, girls. I tried to say guys and girls at the same time. Love you guys.
I love you guys.
Love you.
Catch you later.
Okay.